Aloha, y'all. It is Friday, Freya's Day, ruled by Venus, but named after Frigg or Freya, the Nordic goddess, kind of Hera meets Venus equivalent. Venus ruled day, syncadelic, right? Sun is in Aries, 1 degree, Moon 19 Sagittarius, Mercury 7 degrees retrograding in Aries, Venus 3 degrees retrograding in Aries. Those are conjunct, and Venus is conjunct the Sun. Mars 20 Cancer, Jupiter 14 Gemini, Saturn 23 Pisces, Uranus 24 Taurus, Neptune 29 Pisces, Pluto 3 Aquarius, North Node 27 Pisces, that's still conjunct Neptune, Black Moon Lilith 29 Libra, and Chiron 21 Aries. So the major aspects right now, the Moon is opposite Jupiter, the Moon is squaring Saturn, the Moon is trining Chiron, Jupiter is sextiling Venus and Mercury, and Mars is squaring Mercury. Mars is trining Saturn and the North Node and Neptune. Black Moon Lilith opposite Chiron. Those are the major aspects. I've pulled some cards. Obviously, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and this Fairy Oracle card, Friday Fairy Oracle card, the Sage. So if you're a Pentacle, you're an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And the King of Pentacles is as follows on page 98. The King of Pentacles, this is the earthy, the grounded part of what? The material, the physical stuffs, your money, your body, your race car. Stable and tenacious, sometimes a workaholic, refined aesthetic, commitment to the path you are on, respect and value of the items in your charge. On page 98, King of Pentacles, I have mastered the art of success. The King of Pentacles has command of immense wealth and luxury for all to see, but he is not the typical empire builder. There are no glittering palaces and great monuments erected in his name. Rather, he seeks to transmit a love of life, nature in all its wild majesty. So he employs his resources to enable future generations to take pleasure in it. Right? The thought that came to my mind was Saddam Hussein with his statue getting hit by the shoes, or North Korea, all these statues glorifying Kim Jong-un and Il. The gold nuggets, like that's not what he is. He's trying to make the world a better place without kind of over self-obsession. The gold nuggets and gold symbols surrounding him show the riches gained when difficulties are overcome, the diligence and fortitude required to recover from setbacks and conquer. Sun in Aries, right? Conquer. Moon in Sagittarius. He understands the more you prune back a tree, removing diseased, broken branches, thinning the crown, and increasing airflow by allowing only one dominant branch to grow, it enables the tree to create a strong, resilient structure capable of weathering the storms of life. I used to grow cannabis. You had to trim up and prune up the plants to make the nuggets, or the flowers, the buds, the most potent they could be. His love of trees and natural minerals, combined with a strong, refined aesthetic, is experienced in his home, Mars in Cancer, an eclectic showcase for the very best in local craftsmanship, Jupiter in Gemini. It appears well designed, bright, comfortable, lavish, and steeped in history. As an avid collector of art and antiques, he appreciates the workmanship, knowledge, and skill passed down from father to son through the ages, Saturn in Pisces. His beloved throne from ancient Persia, the carved stone bowl from Persepolis, expresses his strength. Underneath the flamboyant Frank Zappa exterior lies a strong, powerful, hard-working dynamo. Some say he's paid a heavy price for success. A workaholic, he was often absent during his children's formative years, right? Mercury retrograde, conjunct Venus in retrograde. It's like, I've got work to, like, are we staying at the office so long that we don't watch our kids grow up? Like in the movie Hook. Peter Panning, when Peter Pan grows up and comes to the real world, like the world, King of Pentacles, he's on the phone being a lawyer and not watching Jack, and that's one of the seeds of resentment that creates the story plotline thickening later. Some say he's paid a heavy price, right? Nevertheless, he's always provided a stable, loving home. His children have received an excellent, if unconventional, education, Uranus and Taurus, Pluto and Aquarius. Centered around the home, these lessons focused on the importance of nutrition and keeping the body active while attending to the balance and beauty of one's immediate environment, nurturing both the physical body and the body of Earth. He knows insecurity comes from the fear of collapse, the collapse of a situation, a business, a relationship, your life, Chiron and Aries, right? We're like, well, oh, if I lose this, I won't be me. He's also fond of saying money doesn't grow on trees, and has endeavored to teach the value and responsibility of really caring for things rather than treating them as disposable or replaceable. All resources are precious. generous with both his time and money in these mature years. He's keen for his children to follow in his footsteps. He also mentors young creatives and entrepreneurs eager for success, that moon is Sagittarius, encouraging them to have a clear vision and coherent strategy for their long-term goal. And then he says, think success, act success, keep that vision grounded and alive, consistently working hard, persistently moving forwards every single day, no matter what. Saturn in Pisces. North Node conjunct Neptune in Pisces. You want your dreams to come true, you're going to have to do some work in the world. You're going to have to ground it. The earthy part of Earth, in the world, the material plane, stable and tenacious, this King of Pentacles, sometimes a workaholic, just like Peter Panning, refined aesthetic commitment to the path you are on and respecting the value of the items in your charge. The clarifying card is the Six of Cups, so if you're a cup, you're a water sign. Those are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is on page 152. I am in wonder of life, Jupiter and Gemini. Oh my God, everything is awesome. Indulge in your imagination. North Node conjunct Neptune and Pisces. Keep a childlike sense of wonder, Jupiter and Gemini. Reconnect with simple forms of expression. Aries Sun, it's the most basic kind of form of action. So how do you make your dreams come true? By staying in wonder of life and one step at a time, one ladder rung at a time, moving towards success, right? Knowing that there's going to be seasons where the trees you plant lose their leaves or some things don't work out, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you've got to keep that funk alive. You've got to keep moving. And in doing it, how do you do that? You keep your emotions in check. You keep your motivation and your hopes boiling and focused on positivity, being aware of criticality, practicality, grounded embeddedness, but keeping your imagination and your hope alive and well. And that's what the wisdom would suggest. The sage, right? In the fairy oracle card. It's Friday, so Friday fairy oracles. See what I'm doing there? Every Friday there will be a fairy card as the wild card. So this is the Brian Froud Fairy Oracle deck. He did the dark crystal art on page 88 rather. Number 19, the Sage, wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. Here we see wisdom and deep inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. Mercury retrograde. Venus retrograde conjunct that Mercury. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion, right? So we got to learn, Jupiter and Gemini, but we have to stay compassionate. Mars in Cancer, Saturn in Cancer, or Pisces rather. So the sage knows when to let go and when to move on. Aries Sun, Sagittarius Moon. He knows when the seasons are changing. He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, Moon in Sagittarius, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hand. This card in a reading is also signifying the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. Mercury retrograde in Aries conjunct Venus retrograde in Aries. Venus conjunct the Sun. So it's like we get to really look back with one eye missing, kind of like Odin, with the wisdom in the whiteness of his beard, the whiteness of their beards. Like you don't get to the high places. They look a lot alike, don't they? You don't get to these high places without getting some battle wounds. Like we're all going to lose like a finger or whatever, lose a tooth, your baby teeth come out. And when your baby teeth come out, you're maturing. It's showing a level of maturity and being embedded in the reality as the rings in your tree grow. See these trees? It's like that's just the nature of it. We're growing like little fetuses. And we have to stay in wonder of life. I just saw a video of a fetus, a spinal column forming in a fetus, and it's so magical. It's like even the physical, mundane plane, as we would call it, the world, is magical if we have eyes but to see and keep that wow factor at the front of it. North Node conjunct Neptune, Jupiter and Gemini, like Aries Sun, Moon in Sagittarius. Keep moving in the world, but like also everything is magical and awesome if you have the right lensing on it. And the lensing takes time, and everybody's going to get there eventually. I think apotheosis, the great work, alchemy, but we're not all, it's a bell curve. We're not all getting there at the same exact time. So if you have enjoyed this, leave a tip. If you've enjoyed this, tag somebody like a friend, a family, a stranger, whatever's clever. Spread the good word. If you've enjoyed this, get a reading. 5-star reviews. I don't fuck around. So you get top shelf stuff, whether it's astrology or tarot cards or pendulums or astrocartography or synastry or just plain advice. I can help. Brother Jim can help. So I hope you enjoy your Freya's day, and I'll catch you on the flip side.